It is not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent that survives. It is the one that is the most adaptable to change. Charles Darwin. Nagas have always stood out in martial arts. The normal agile physique, the agility, the endurance, the never say die attitude are all attributes that makes Nagas unique and stand out in combat sports. Evolution is something that is inevitable, and our Nagas too are adapting to the evolving form of mixed martial arts. Last year in the month of August, 5 Nagas represented India at the Global Association of Mixed Martial Arts Asian Championships held in Kyrgyzstan. This year too, at the Gamma World Championships held in Amsterdam, LONGSTUKUMBA, ARSENBA OZUKUM, LIMASUNEP IMCHEN and AVIZO LANAMAI represented India and brought back 2 medals, a silver and a bronze. And now this is their story. Hello, I'm currently here at the Combat Academy, the safe haven for our Naga MMA fighters. The Combat Academy has taken on about 6 Naga fighters, mixed martial artists, that have represented India in the Gamma World Asian Championships and also this year's World Championships that was held in Amsterdam. Well, this year 4 Nagas represented India in the World Gamma Championships held in Amsterdam. Well, LONGSTUKUMBA won silver and made both the country and the state's name proud. We have ARSENBA OZUKUM, who also won bronze in his category. We had AVIZO and also we had LIMASUNEP, who sadly could not win, but they did go out proudly and represented the country of India and also represented Nagaland. We are currently here in the gym, so the boys have been there. Sadly, unfortunately, ARSENBA, due to some illness, could not be here today, but we got AVIZO, we got LONGSTUKUMBA, we got LIMASUNEP, and also we have the coach, the proprietor of the Combat Academy, KHRIEMELIE METHA, with us. So let's see what the boys are up to.
Hi, I'm AVIZO LANAMAI. Recently, I competed at the World Championships in Netherlands. Fortunately, I couldn't get any medal this time, but I'm sure I've learned a lot, and I'm going to keep getting better and come back stronger next time.
Hi, I'm LIMASUNEP IMCHEN. I'm an MMA athlete fighting out of the Combat Academy Nagaland and recently represented at the World Championship, Gamma World Championship, and couldn't get through, but still a long way to go.
अपनीला অলপ इतु मिक्स्ड मार्शल आर्ट्स तो किना अपनी जॉइन কৰিছে আৰু আপনি পুইলা দে বাচ্চা টাইম দে স্টুডেন্ট স্টেজ থাকা টাইম দে আপনি ওকো মার্শাল আর্ট খেলে নিকলে জুডো নইলেবি টেকওয়ান্ডো নইলেবি আৰু কিনা এমএমএ দো শুরু হইছে আপনি
When I was still a high school kid, I used to watch this UFC, TV this side here, and then I came across YouTube where I found this Yoda fighting championship that they like seniors can ini coach Victor in Kongsnop tahan compete kwa tise tadiba influence tise, and then I researched kurse so I found out this Combat Academy, and then without any like martial arts background, without any traditional martial arts background, I joined Combat Academy and started. That is how I started my MMA career, mixed martial arts career.
Yeah, very similar to him. From watching UFC fights, I came to know about MMA, and then ever since I joined TCA Nagaland, I was hooked.
अपनी ला फर्स्ट फाइट एमएमए आर्टिस्ट ला हिसाब तो कुंदु थाइसे आरो अपनी ला करियर दे इते तो कुंदु फाइट एकता असे कुंदु अपनी किच्चा भी न पाउरियो.
My first fight was in Kohima, where I made my debut. It was in 2019 December during the Hornbill time. I made my debut, and I guess my first fight was the most memorable one, and I think that is, my best fight till now, and I really enjoyed that fight.
My most memorable fight will be my first loss. I was knocked out in the first round itself. It was embarrassing at the moment, but I learned a lot from the fight. It was life-changing in my career, and I'm sure after the fight I was I got very much better.
Lima apni la to itu World Gamma Championships to this is your second outing abroad representing India. First to apni World Asian Championships to be Gamma Asian Championships to be represent kuise. To apni la bhavna de itu competition do aru bhi tough hoye na level of competition do kina ase.
This is not just competing inside the India or the state or the region. We all want to be the best as an athlete, as a sports person. So we always look for the tougher competition. So, you know, going to the worlds, fighting, competing, it's a tough level, but still we want to be the best. So we just go out there and compete with the world and see ourselves. So yes, the level of competition is always tougher when we go to the world level. So yeah, it is getting tougher.
So Asian Championships or World Championships te ekta uku difference thagisen na.
Kazakh, Kyrgyz, they were there in the Asian Championship, and they always come up like top level there. So for me, the competition is, you know, just the same for me.
Uku pressure thagin nai, matlab India ke represent kura to. Is there any added pressure?
नहीं मुकाने दे ना कोई प्रेशर था कि नहीं निजोगे विश्वास करने जैसे कि करो लगे कुरिशे ट्राई कुरिशे तो ने इको रिग्रेट्स नहीं
Itu question to apni duijon kani me ase to apni khan la normal life icha to apni khan we can't call you amateur MMA artist anymore now since you've represented India, so we can call you a little professional MMA artist. So apni khan la life, how is it? What's your day-to-day life like?
Waking up early, getting ready for my private classes, my private training, and at the same time, after that, you know, I have to get back for myself, my training. So that is how my day goes, training, giving training, you know, that is my normal life. Besides that, you know, getting exposure to the world, coming back, it feels great. But at the same time, my normal life is just based on giving training, taking training. That's my normal life.
Waking up early, giving my privates, at the same time training for myself. Same thing in the evening, every day.
So apni duijon bhi, we're all normal human beings. So what does Lima like doing when he's free, and what does AVIZO like doing when he's free? What do you guys like doing? Do you guys like apni khan bahar jaole khushi paye, cooking kurule khushi paye, music kunule khushi paye? Apni khan la interest ki ase? What makes you human?
Okay, for me, that is an interesting question. For me, when I'm not training or when I'm out of training, I just like to watch some series, Netflix series, any series, and then I'm interested in cooking, so I cook sometimes for myself. And at the same time, I love eating and hanging out with friends. That's my normal days. I mean, my free days. That's what I love to do.
Again, very similar to him. But like it, for me, I don't feel like I need. For me personally, I enjoy training. I don't feel like I need a break from training.
Tolima, right now you just said you like eating, you like cooking. Only as a professional athlete, diet kiman important ase apni khan la sports, apni khan la field de.
Yeah, it's definitely very important. Diet na, diet is important ase. Maintaining diet, you know, eating the right thing, and then at the same time, diet, sleep, training, it all goes hand in hand. Like it's not about just working out. So in order to, for example, in order to lose weight, you know, it's not just the training. It's based on the diet as well as working out. It all goes hand in hand. So for me, diet and working out, you know, it all goes hand in hand.
अच्छा तो ऐना होगी ना तो अपनी शादी ला खाना भी बिशी मिस करी ना था यो अपनी दूसरी ला भी MMA जर्नी चलो 5 to 10 fights ऊपर हुई जैसे तो ऐना fights खाने अपनी खाने उनको एक ता regrettable नोइले भी इतु भी बाल होले थका से नोइले do you remember ऐना weird stories उनको याद है ना
My first loss to winning it when I was knocked out. My first time I knockout kita hu nai training time hu nai life hu nai तो knockout ne ti ko tha me to jani thai na ki kure thai che उतिसले डॉक्टर and coach kan thagise na one backstage jabise yad aise muki hoise to lagile ko yad thake nai kina back jaise eso weirdest hone
गामा वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप्स इतु साल अपनी एम्स्टरडम दे पार्टिसिपेट करा अपनी ला फाइट ते अपनी इतु अपनी रेफरी के किमान खुशी पाइसे अपनी
खुशी बनाए एकदम खुशी बनाए
तो एक्चुअली की होई ना थाइसे इतु अपनी ला निजोला भावना दे
ताई रेफरी बाबा दो moi tap kurisi babi thagise ni रेफरी दो रुखावा thagise muge idone moi tai ku thagise itan no rukhayu ku ne to tai babi se moi tap kurisi Imagine, मैं ना करो लगी थी इसने
तो ना विगना he stopped the fight
yeah
but इतु तो अपनी नॉकआउट विगना था कने
नहीं को नहीं
तो लिमा how about you अपनी ला इतु एक्सपीरियंस तो किना था इसे this was your second outing and do you regret any moment in any of your fights
Yes, I do have regrets, you know. Mula game plan ki thaise to kurse moi, but still I made some mistakes, you know. Skill or technique mistake to kurse. There was all it did thaise mistakes na. So, but I'm just trying to learn and grow, and I take it as a lesson.
अच्छा normally इतु mixed martial arts पादो नागालैंड दे all of the infant stage थे ऐसे इमान अपनी खान काने अपनी खान जाइगना first किर्गिस्तान जैसे अपनी खान इतु पीछे थे नीदरलैंड जैसे इतु काने all of MMA ला exposure उठे ऐसे बोल भी अपनी खान शुरू करा टाइम दे अपनी खान लाइफ ते कुन एनेगा मानो एक जून था किसे कुन अपनी खान के होता ही सपोर्ट करा कि होइल भी अपनी खान के पुश करे अपनी खान के मोटो दे तो कुन ऐसे इतु मानो अपनी खान ला लाइफ दे
First of all, you know, I like to thank Jesus Christ. He has been there for me. Second thing, the person I respect, the person who has been there for me since the day one will be my Coach KHRIEMELIE METHA. He has been there since day one, and my seniors, Utialong, Coach Victor, Coach Mkong, they are there for me since the day one, since I started MMA career. They will be the pillar of my success.
I feel like I was very fortunate enough to train in multiple places around India. Coach concept genuine thagise. Concept labi moi tana thakado bishi kiba bishi mane iku na jana time ba tana de thakado. I was very lucky to have good mentors in my career from the beginning.
ये तो fight कोई तो it's got a very different name. तो अपनी खान ला निजोर family members खान बोली भी ताकन अपनी career start पूरा टाइम में ताकन की भावना था इसे और इतने अपनी खान तो इंडिया के भी represent हुई से तो ये तो भावना change हुई से नहीं.
I was dropped out from college and then joined this combat sport. To parents can be pushing by first because you know studies are in a fighting thing they are but still they are really happy, they are really proud. Thank God for that, and they are just supportive now, and I hope because of their prayers and love I'm here today. Yeah.
AVIZO, this question is for you. Like अपनी बात इतना mention करा कि one of the most memorable fights अपनी ला career दे इतु अपनी ला first fight हो को दे अपनी knockout हुई से yes तो how did you get back up
बालरा बाबिने मैं की mistakes कोई ची मैं की लागे और training दे more serious विषय तारे वहाँ
अपनी खान ला MMA career शुरू हुई से और it's been a few years I'm sure तो अपनी खान भी competitions है ना जाएगी ना से national होइल भी international तो अपनी खान MMA दे change आदो दिखी पाया से और किना adapt करी ऐसे अपनी खान
MMA the bishi evolve ऐसे the level it keeps rising, you know. The young fighters itya Uttarakhand like they are skilled everywhere. First thing like back in the days, you know, people were just one-dimensional fighters, wrestlers to wrestlers, kickboxing to kickboxing, but now you know, everyone is a proper martial art artist, you know, whether maybe like boxing, kickboxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, all rounded as well. So the level of competition and the level of fighter, the skill, technique, it keeps on rising. It will just keep on evolving.
আপনি দুইজন বি এতিয়া লিমা আপনি বা মেনশন করা নিচিনা the younger generation that is coming up in the sport, they are takanla basics kan and they are more than one dimensional fighters. So apni khan bhi takan logo de cope krule apni khan bhi nijola training process te ki change ani ase
in each fight khila bichide we see like the holes in our game, you know, ki de improve kurla hai, you know, itu saina mohan bhi improve kur try kurina one yedi hole ase yedi bhal na yedi bia ase yedi bhal ase sob saina one we try to work on that as a team na, as a coach probably as a team we try to work on it. So that's how we try to get better and then try to make up the hole that is in our game.
Avizo, how about you? अपनी ला निजोला ट्रेनिंग प्रोसेस थे लाइक अपनी ऑलरेडी एम्स्टरडम जाइसे नाउ निजोला गेम प्लान निजोला फाइट इतु फर्स्ट फाइट थे अपनी ला निजोला चेंजेस दिखिसे यू फॉट विद द ओपोनेंट तो इटा अपनी ला ट्रेनिंग दे अपनी की चेंज आनी दी बोले मुझे
स्किल वाइज तो मन की बात ना लगे कॉन्फिडेंट नहीं है स्किल वाइज मुझे सब बताऊँ तो मतलब मेंटल हो पड़े जो जाने मैं की वर्क करो लगे मैं करो और नेक्स्ट टाइम बॉल करो शायद देखिए
तो you guys were at that international global competition तो अपनी खान वो तो वर्कआउट सीन दे म्यूजिक खान खिला टाइम दे अपनी खान ठीक ऑक्टागन दे घुसा टाइम दे रिंग दे घुसा टाइम दे अपनी खान ला थॉट प्रोसेस की जाए से की भाभी ना अपनी खान लाइक व्हाट आर यू थिंकिंग
thinking was I'm going to fight more fight through जैसे it is
beginning फाले फर्स्ट सेंटर से बिसी नर्वस है कि कोरोना जने ब्लैंक फाइट टाइम भी इतना तो ना नहीं इतना तो इन्हें शार्प था गए फोकस था गए काम था गए
before you enter the ring अपनी खान ला निजोर क्यूबिकल दे अपनी कोच और अपनी खान को तो अपनी ला कोच पा अपनी खान के किना पेप अप करे अपनी डिवीजन में
coach Padu, like, you know, Mula Saitido, like he was saying, every time he says, like, stick to your game plan, you know, Abnila game plan, they stick Kunarakiri, and listen to what he says, and that's it.
Nagas can, do you think MMA can is suitable as a?
Yes, definitely. MMA is like, MMA is one thing, skill lage, sob lage, skill mentally, physically, so prepared hai. One thing that's very common in us is our toughness, Naga's toughness, the warrior spirit, you know, the warrior thing. As you see, the LONGSTUKUMBA, he was a warrior in the octagon. So like those things are inborn in us, you know. It's not the warrior spirit. So that's what makes us so unique, and yeah, that makes us, you know, different from other people. The warrior thing.
We are going after this social campaign, which is anti-bullying. अच्छा अपनी दुजन भी bullying ला topic तो बिशी common है यारो, it's evident सब ला society दे. तो अपनी खान भी लाइफ ते ना एक्सपीरियंस कुछ आपरो अपनी इतु बुलिंग ला ऊपर ते अपनी की को मुन जाए से
as I was growing up, I was raised up in a boarding school, it's a residential school. So yeah, I faced some bullying, you know. I've bullied some, I've faced bullying. So you know, bullying is such a bad thing. You know, people get into depression. Some kids even like school भी जाओ मन था ना, like senior हम bully करेंगे ना, and then they are even scared to go to their schools or anywhere. Like kiki practice training, kiki the way the seniors, the big guys, the strong guys who always bullied bully the smaller kids or the weaker kids. That's so much evident. Not evident, but it only like bishimanu school jawlibi mun thakao jai na so for me like from my side bullying is we're against me and we someone should be against in the NDP.
Coming on the next fight, number 3. This is in 65.8 kilograms category, striking MMA, 3 rounds of 3 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, representing our first fighter all the way from India, from the red corner, LONGSTUKUMBA, Ayo!
আপনি কিনা ফিল করে আছে এটা
खुसी도 बेसी पाएछ होली होता वान छिना सेटिस्फेक्सन तो पुन्छ नै मान एज अ एथलीट मान होता कि कम्पिटिसन जाइले भी टार्गेट तो फर्स्ट डे থাকে गोल गर्ने तो दुईटा कम्पिटिसन देबी सिल्भरै पाउ पर्छ खुसी तो खुसी আছে होली भी सेटिस्फेक्सन तो होता तक तो नै
ঠিক আছে আলং মুকান অলপ রিওয়াইন্ড করি না আপনি লা ক্যারিয়ার লা শুরু লা অলপ কথা পুরো মুঞ্জে তো আপনি এটু এমএমএ দে ঘুষা দো আপনি এমএমএ দে কি সবচেয়ে ভাল লাগিছে
MMA দে খুশি পাইছে না কত এটো কম্পিটিশন তো এটো বেছি চ্যালেঞ্জিং আছে আৰু কোৱা নিচিনা ফাৰ্ষ্ট MMA না কুছাদাম দে বাই মই MMA তো কিনা পালে গিছিলে তো মই সেলফ ডিফেন্স লাবা এটো ইন্টাৰভিউ সবতে কই না আছে ইন্টাৰভিউ সবতে কই না আছে সেলফ ডিফেন্স লাবা তো খুশা বেছি তো ভাল লাগি যাইছে কম্পিট কৰা শুরু হৈছে আৰু কম্পিট কৰা দাম দে আৰু কেছ লা ভিতৰতে এটো ফিলিং একটা তো मुझे तो फीलिंग्स खुशी पादो फाइट खिला दम दे इतो इको बाबी दिवो ना पाए इतो MMA एकला बा मुझे तो फीलिंग्स दिवो पाए दने इतुला फीलिंग्स तो मैं हाराव मुने और तो खुशी पाए इतो MMA ला एकता ভাল লাগা दो मुई तो আছে
আচ্ছা তো আলং এটা মুখান কেজ লা ভিতর দি বয় আছে কেজ তো আপনি কানে সিক্রেট গ্রাউন্ড আছে না আপনি ভিতর গুছা টাইম দে আপনা মাইন্ডসেট পুরা চেঞ্জ हो जाए
और ভিতরে গুছাম দে হয় মাইন্ডসেট তো বেশি চেঞ্জ हो जाए और ভিতরে কেজ লা ভিতরে গুছাম তো মান ওয়ার একটা দে জানিস না ফিল করে হতায় तो ये तो माइंडसेट तो टोटली केस ला पार और पितोर दो होता है माइंडसेट तो पिछे अलग থাকে मला
अच्छा तो अलोंग इतो ग्लोबल टूर्नामेंट्स खान दे अपनी खान किना चांस पाइसे इंडिया के रिप्रेजेंट करले और प्रोसेस तो किना আছে কিমান জুন লোদে ফাইট করিনা আপনি ইন্ডিয়া কে রিপ্রেজেন্ট করলে চান্স পাইছে
अच्छा फर्स्ट इतो इंडिया टीम रिप्रेजेंट करले কাৰণে তো মন নেশনালস খেলিবলে ওলাই তো লাস্ট টাইম কিরগিজস্তান যাদাম দে এশিয়ান চ্যাম্পিয়নशिप কাৰণে যাদাম দে किर्गिस्तान दे जाऊले गाने तो मैं नेशनल्स खिलीना तादेबा चिटीना नाम ओलप कमाइना तादेबा सिलेक्शन पाइना इंडिया टीम रिप्रेजेंट को जैसे होली भी वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप करने तो मैं किर्गिस्तान दे मुला परफॉर्मेंस पाल था करने सिलेक्शन उकुल आने दिस टाइम वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप करने तो किर्गिस्तान पाए मैं डायरेक्ट इधु कामा इंडिया ऑफिशियल्स कामा मुझे डायरेक्ट सेलेक्ट हो से और वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप करने पार्टिसिपेट करने चांस पासे
अच्छा तो आलो लास्ट ईयर भी अपनी वर्ल्ड एशियन गामा चैंपियनशिप्स ते सिल्वर जीती से और इतना वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप्स ते भी सिल्वर जीती ना तो ये तो एशियन वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप्स और इनी ग्लोबल चैंपियनशिप्स ते एको डिफरेंस आसिन ना और अपनी ला भावना दे नागा मानु खान इतो ग्लोबल कॉम्पिटिशन्स काने रेडी आसिन ना
अच्छा फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल नागा मानुआन के रेडी ना থাকিব मान भी नागा मानु আছে मान जाय ना किसे मुई पारे আছে नागा मानु के ना पाबो नागा मानु यंगस्टर्स किमान ओলাই আছে इतो आंसर पा पारबो और रिगार्डिंग एशियन चैंपियनशिप और वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप तो की भी होबी फाइट तो फाइट আছে इतो सब चैलेंजिंग আছে মই কাৰণে ইমান ডিফারেন্স নাই रिंग दे कुछ दे तो इतो मैं फाइट खिलो जाए मैं मारो जाए और मैं मार खावले रेडी दे कुछ तो एवरीथिंग इतो सब एशियन चैंपियनशिप भी वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप भी हुई मैं करने तो फाइट है
Just to let you know, LONGSTUKUMBA, that's how we pronounce his name. He's from the northeastern part of the India country. He comes from a gym called TCM Nagaland, and Nagaland is a country where there are warriors. They're born, so they have a warrior clan. And you will see the coaches wearing warrior clan clothing, and they will have a special shawl that they wear. So they are literally warriors in that village.
अच्छा तो अलोंग अपनी तो नाचाइना থাকিও হইলিবি আপনি লা ফাইনাল বাউট তে কমেন্টেটর বা লংসকুম্বা আওলা কথা করা টাইম দে কমেন্টেটর বা ডিসক্রাইব আপনি কে ডিসক্রাইব করা টাইম দে তাইবা কইছে লংসকুম্বা আও বিলংস টু আ ওয়ারিয়র কমিউনিটি তো ইতু কোয়া তো আপনি লাইক আপনি খুশি পাইছেন নাই कि एक ता ग्लोबल स्टेज ते नागा खान लगा इना एडवर्टाइज करी दिया नागा खान कुना से दिखाई दिया वर्ल्ड स्टेज ते अपने हाउ प्राउड आर यू ऑफ दैट
इतुला मैं Moi bi najania takise after fight moge WhatsApp kan ashuru hoise especially utula part to manuan screenshots kan luina moge sati kan aro family members kan aro ni chana manuan WhatsApp number thakam ba moge share korise itu hi lagi takise moi main to na moi represent ko ja to India team represent korna chaise olibi moon team mak to hotai naga manu ekta ase kona manuan naga manu iman pare ase kona moi thekawli munja takise aro itu achieve paise osa kobo mon bra silver baba to itu achieve kora to moi tangolan sina pabe ase amela ekta mark world net tv amen naga manu ki ase to mark ekta rakhita to itu achievement tangolan sina feel kore ase.
First of all, congratulations, Meme, on the recent victory where your boys got 1 silver and 1 bronze. Alright, Meme, you're one of the pioneers to bring MMA into Nagaland. Did you ever think you'll be a full-time coach?
It was the idea. Like, I think I knew this is what I wanted to do. I did want to coach. I did enter this profession initially as an athlete, but ultimately my goal was to get into a coaching role. And I take it as a plus point when people ask me, what do you do? I'm a full-time coach. I think MMA morning to night. It's not a part-time job for me.
Alright, maybe how does one go about representing India in such tournaments, and also how did you connect with the Global Association of Mixed Martial Arts, and is the selection process very stringent?
Usually there's no direct link between a state per se and a global association. Generally you go through an Indian body. So in this case it's the Global Association of Mixed Martial Arts for India. So they have an annual nationals, and of course as an athlete you need to represent a state, enter it, and ultimately win it. And that's how you earn your berth to the World Championships.
Yeah, along apni laga Kyrgyzstan laga fight, or this time Amsterdam they fight dikhala time de do apni la fighting style to all attack minded hoigina ase apni la heart niche rakhina apni opponent la attack karne rukhe to apni karne tu Sanju koina tala ekta kitab likhina ase Art of War tate koina ase attack is the best form of defense to apni itu mantra adopt kurina apni la fighting style to change kora ase
Inya aku to nai libi Asian Championship itu kundo Kyrgyzstan e takise itu time de moi tuita weight class opor kilise so 77 de to itu karne mila game plan to lido in out olop defensive mote aro in out te khilole olop focus kurse, but this time World Championship to moi natural weight te kilise so itu lade aro strategy olop alak natural weight te kilise confidence level be olop alak aro strategy khara amni maribi time maribi exchange jabo korna fight kilise
Mogan jani thakisi ki tai welterweight 2 weight classes upor thakisi to along the power na thakibo compared to the other fighters, but mohan jani thakisi tai speed advantage thakibo to tokane mohan beshi in out movement khil thakise utu tournament kane aru itia world championship kane tai natural weight to mohan bhabishe ki along the hate power ase to mon utu weight olop bully kuro pare to olop hat upor guine gushole paribo.
Thank you.
Aru along itia to you have competed in your original weight class. Aro kilogule Kyrgyzstan the Asian Championships te I think apni 77 kilos la category de fight kurise. So which one is better for you? Do you want to shift to a higher weight class or 68 to apni karne thik ase?
Of course mula natural weight like khilule ase the bhabina jara shule future de 65 to palobo, but kundu weight hulibi moi ni ready ase as a fighter kundu de hulibi.
Maybe I mean, like, since now it's 2 global competitions, and you have a number of boys training at your academy. What is this one feature that a Naga possesses that makes him suitable for MMA?
One would believe it's the heart, the warrior spirit, but that's intangible. You can't really touch that. But what makes sense, what is there is the athletic proficiency. Nagas are naturally athletic. It's something we are gifted with. Bacha hatan bro soft sports khilo pare. I used to play cricket, football, TT, badminton, kobi khilibo. We were not good at it, but I would play all the sports. So I think that's the first advantage, the biggest advantage us Nagas have in this field. It's natural athleticism, God-gifted athleticism. Also, after doing MMA, I've learned we have a great strength to size ratio. That means someone small is very strong for their size, for their weight class.
Along, this was your second finals in a span of less than 1 year. Kyrgyzstan ne bhi apni finals te punchi na silver jiti se, and then this time Amsterdam ne bhi Jordan la Eid lo de finals kheli se. तो अपनी finals न puncha आगे दे अपनी ला first 2 fights तो you were totally dominant. तो finals ते अपना thought process change हो जाए ना अपनी you stick to the original game plan.
Game plan तो एकटा था किसे first, second, third fight भी मुला तो game plan निशा जैसे but maybe like final दे अपना निशा work कराना है.
तो तिक fight निकला आगे दे अपनी करने एक ता सबसे अपनी के जोश ते आने तो अपनी की करे
जोश ते आने वाले करने तो भावना तो पिछे आने वाले मून दिमाग ते पिछे आए ओली भी एक ता काम एक ता और एक ता मून ते एक ता जोश आने वाले आना तो होता है before the fight आना तो आइसे इमान दूर आइसे कुरू ले आइसे और कुरू ना देखा वो इतो थे भी होता है मून
तो tournament world ते जातु yes, it's a learning experience for the fighters, but this was the biggest learning experience for myself as a coach. We tend to think of it as a fight, gushuo, khilibo. But there was a more mature aspect of it that I learned the same. It's a sport, which is exactly what happened with Along's first 2 fights. He went in and he was banging, and his opponent was standing and striking with him. Whereas in the finals, his opponent didn't necessarily stand and fight. He played the game. He hit Along, ran out, hit Along, ran out. And this is a learning experience for myself too, that people are watching videos. The same way we as a team, we watch our opponent's videos, exact same thing is happening. And these are not your local your local colony tournament. These are world-class coaches and athletes. They are watching your videos, they're learning, and they saw that Along's style is he stands, he walks you down, and he bangs. And when he hits, you drop. So this was a last-minute change that kudos to the entire team, the Jordan team. They made that we hit and run, we hit and run, we hit and run. And ultimately, that got them to gold.
All right, maybe your fighters, your boys have already made India proud. They've made Nagaland proud. You've put Nagaland in the world map. So you've trained these boys from day one till today as to who they are. So what would you have to say about your fighters' growth over the past years?
Athletically, via skill, you can see the progression. The videos, if you watch their first fight to watch their the progression is easy. What's something which I'm even more proud of is their growth as people, as human beings. For that instance, Along is slightly older, right, as compared to Lima and AVIZO, and I'm sure you will see them speaking. They speak with a little more hesitancy, and that comes with their age. I tell you blank out. Personally, they are very confident people, but of course, due to their age, they're a little more hesitant when speaking in front of a camera. And hence you see it, Along is confident. He comes across as a confident person. He speaks strongly. And it's just not a matter of skill. It's a matter of wisdom, a little bit more experience, a little bit more knowledgeable about life per se.
This Along, mo ite apni la final fight la itu Jordan lo de khila time de apni la final fight ekta mohan sob viewers can be notice kura do second round piche de apni olo wobbly thaki je apni la ankle de olo dukpa nishna mohan bi feel kuri thaki aro last apni Jordan la coach ke bi congratulate kuro ja time de apni la movement olo dukpa la movement apni limb kuri na jaina thaki je to itu final fight te apni la ankle aro apni la thumb bi apni ke kiman duk dise
of course itla to kota iman do problem ne but apni hote ase ne kota koilu thumb brother ma problem de ne but fight ti ma feel korna to thumb do but first round bhai tala tuita kick mara tai de mar do pise hard tagise itu feel grow paise moi inar na olo pise tinta chara kick mar do moi check korna de mula angle de lagise itu aro itu ba lop damage dise of course itu ba mula fight game plan do moi usually charge kore tage na walk down kole try kore libi tai polaise moi tala pace khitau na paro since mula leg to olop শ্ল' ডাউন কৰি দিছে তাৰপৰা মাৰি কিনে অলপ ডেমেজ কৰি দিছে এইটো কাৰণে এক্সকিউজ নাই বাট ঐ তাহাঁতৰ কেম্প প্লেন দেখিছোঁ এইটো কৰিলে আৰু তাহাঁত পাৰিছে এইটো কৰিছে তো এক্সকিউজটো নাই তাই ঠিক কৰিছে এইটো আছে আৰু পোষ্ট এড কৰিম যেলে তাতে অলপ পাৱাৰ এড কৰি দিবি
All right, maybe since you were at the ringside, I mean, you would have got words from the officials. So what did the officials tell you when they saw Along with his injuries? And also, at any point of the fight, did you ever feel like throwing in the towel?
I would no, of course. But I would say, unfortunately, it's one of my shortcomings. I also tend to get heated up. When my boys are fighting, I am ringside, and I also tend to get heated up, and I tend to not look at it coolly. To be honest, during the fight, there was no thought of fighting. No thought of throwing in the towel, stopping the fight. But as soon as the fight got over, Dr. Lokpatu, that made me start thinking, maybe I should have. Maybe it would have been better, because ultimately, the end result would have been the same. It would be a silver. When you look at it like that, ABC point. But again, I would say it's unfortunate that I tend to get heated up like my fighters during the fight.
Along coming to a very different topic. Icha to apni ke first, or rather, apni nijor ke, do you consider yourself as a professional MMA artist? Now you've competed in all global competitions. So will it be safe to call you one of the first Naga professional MMA athletes?
No, এইটো মই ইনা শুনিবলৈ তো খুশি পাব হ'লেও মই একচেপ্ট কৰিব নোৱাৰোঁ বিকজ একজন আছে মলা চিনিয়ৰ এইটো কম্বেট একাডেমিৰ পৰা আছে ইমকংচিনপ চামে তাই ফাৰ্ষ্ট প্ৰফেচনেল MMA ফাইটাৰ হ'ব আৰু তাই নি ট্ৰেইনিং নাম দি অলপ ইনজুৰি আছে এইটো কাৰণে তাই অলপ পেক হৈছে তাই বি ৱাপাছ চিল্ডি হ'ব আৰু তাইকে ৰিং দিপত চিল্ডি থাকিব আৰু এইটো এক্সাইটেড আছে তাইৰ কাৰণে ইমকংচিনপ চামে
আচ্ছা তো ঠিক আছে আলো আপনি ইচ্ছা তো আই থিংক 2 years বা ওপৰ আপনি তো MMA তে ইচ্ছা ইনভলভ হৈ কিনা আছে তো আপনিলা নিজৰ ভাৱনাতে আপনিলা ট্ৰেইনিজ আপনিলা নিজৰ কলিগছ খান লদি ট্ৰেইনিং পুৰা আপনি স্পাৰ কৰে এভৰি ডে ইউ গাইজ এজ আ ফ্যামিলি ইউ গাইজ মিট এণ্ড ইউ ট্ৰেইন তো আপনি বি নিজৰলা ভাৱনা নাগাজ তো কিনা ইভলভ কৰি আছে এইটো MMA স্পৰ্টটো
ইটোলা পৰা মই নিজৰলাই ক'ব ফাৰ্ষ্ট শুৰুৱাত কৰিম দে মই 2014 দি শুৰু কৰিছে ওটো টাইম দে মান কাচ্চা শুৰু কৰিছে কৰি গৈছে মই ইমান পিয়া খেলি থাকিব কি তাই মোলা ফাৰ্ষ্ট ফাইট ইয়াত নাই গৈছে তাই ডেট মিনছ মোলা ফাৰ্ষ্ট ফাইটটো ইমান ইণ্টাৰেষ্টিং বি থকা নাই তাই ইয়াত নাথাকা তাকতো হ'লেও এইটো নিচিনা লোকেল টুৰ্ণামেণ্টছ খেলিছে লোকেল টুৰ্ণামেণ্টছ খেলিছে নেশ্যনেল ষ্টেজ চাইছে এনাৰ নাই তাই ইণ্টাৰনেশ্যনেল খেলাইছে ইয়া অফক'ৰ্ছ ইভলভ পিছে হৈ আছে এণ্ড দেন MMA টো ওৱান অফ দ্য ফাষ্টেষ্ট গ্ৰ'য়িং স্পৰ্ট পে আছে তো আমাৰ নাগা মানুহ আৰু অফক'ৰ্ছ মহান পাৰি আছে আগে দেখুওৱা নিচিনা মহান পাৰি আছে ঘূৰিবলৈ তো ইয়াং জেনেৰেশ্যন কাৰণে এতিয়া নাগা মানুহ কিমান উঠি আছে যিকিলে নাপাব আৰু আপুনি এইটো জানিব মন যাইছে বুলি তো দিছে কম্বেট একাডেমি দে আইবি চাবি মহলা ট্ৰেইনিং প্ৰচেছ কাৰণ আপুনি এখন পৰা বিলিভ নকৰিব কি এইটো নাগালেণ্ড আৰু ডিমাপুৰতে আছে তো আপুনি এখন ট্ৰাই কৰিম যাইছে নিজকে টেষ্ট কৰিম যাইছে না বুলি তো কম্বেট একাডেমিতে আহি না চাবি
All right, maybe you just mentioned that before a fight you get into the mood of your fighters. So, like before any fight, say, let's talk about the finals. How did you pep up LONGSTUKUMBA to stick to his game? How did you try to get him back into the zone, into that final zone that, okay, this is a do or die match? And also, do you follow any type of chain of actions? And what was going on in your head before the fight?
So of course we warm up. There's a very set protocol to warming up. The idea behind that is it's very simple, and it's the same warm up as we would do anywhere else. The idea behind that is that the surroundings might be different. You might be warming up in a different country altogether. You might be warming up in front of different people, in front of different sensory inputs. But you want to do something so similar, something you're so comfortable with, and that will slowly bring you back into the zone, right? Because of course it's difficult to be in a different country, you're mentally not there, but the body and the mind is somehow connected. So when you start doing something that your body is comfortable with, the body slowly starts zoning in. And like I mentioned, Along is one of the more mature athletes in the combat academy, and it's very easy for him to pull him back into the zone. If you ask me, I don't really talk much before the fight. There is no need to prep someone. I'm telling you, Along is going in and fighting. Whether I tell him that he's doing this or not, he's going to fight as hard as he can. There is nothing I can say that's going to make him fight harder or make him fight lesser. So It's a waste of effort. It's a waste of breaking the concentration to do that. What we do, which we do without fail, is we pray. We come together and we pray, and I'm sure you've heard us saying it multiple times, we are not the most religious people. Book to book, we're not the most religious, but there is comfort in prayer. There's, like I said, there's comfort in being grateful, thanking God for where He's brought us and how He's brought us and how He's always supported us through this. That is the comfort we're looking for before we enter the cage.
Alright, Meme, I think you're the best person to ask this question to, since you've been involved with MMA for the longest time ever. So, what are your predictions for the future for MMA in Nagaland? And do you think Nagas are capable of evolving along with the sport?
In the very short time that we've been running the Combat Academy, there has been multiple generations of guys. Imkong Victor being the first one, and of course Along, and after that Nitso, and after the AVIZO. There are multiple generations of people, and what I have personally noticed is it's a continuous growing, it's continuously growing. The mistakes we made with the first generation, we didn't make with the second. Mistakes we made with the second, we haven't made with the third. So in a small bubble as this 8 years where you can talk about the Combat Academy, that is what evolution is. We have been evolving, and we are not a team. I'm not a 60-year-old black belt that has had 40 eons of experience. I am doing things, living and learning, trial and error. I make a mistake, I try fixing it. Alon makes a mistake, he tries fixing it. And when he makes a mistake, the entire team makes a mistake and the entire team learns from it. So it's complete trial and error basis. So if that is not evolution, what is?
Alright, Along, so this time laga Gamma World Championships to Gamma World Championships 2021 thagi se. Last year Berlin de thagi bole thaga, will be COVID karne postpone hui na. Venue bhi shift hui se Amsterdam de. तो इतु साल लगा एंडिंग देवी Gamma World Championships 2022 आए से तो इतना is the Longstar Tiger ready to claim the belt?
अच्छा इतुला तो आरो the World Championship इधर आई बोले करने इतु तेज कांदो आरो ओला ने आरो मुझे इतु plans कांदो आसे अलग plans कांबी साइज आवो किना करो?
Or maybe I think this will be a very personal question, but say you're in the ring side with your boys, you're seeing them. When they get hit, do you feel hurt?
No. No. The pain is during the loss. I'm not kidding. In a way, you call it a sport. It is fighting. It is combat at the end of the day. And I keep telling the boys, if you want to do this as a profession, you can have two fears. The first fear is the fear of losing, which is good. The second fear is the fear of getting hurt. And if you're scared of getting hurt, then I'm sorry, you're in the wrong profession. It's inevitable. You're going to get hurt. There's no two ways about it.
Or maybe on a very different note, we've seen over the past few years that the government of India and also the government of Nagaland, they're taking all the initiatives to introduce sports into mainstream society, trying to make sports a lifestyle. And now they are coming up with schemes that promote sports in a very different aspect which we've not noticed. So do you think it was about time such schemes came? And also, what are your views as to the avenues that could open for our Naga youths through all these schemes?
I think it's brilliant that the government is coming in and helping your layman athletes, your low-level athletes. The reason behind that, I feel India wants champions. India wants role models in the spectrum of athletics. And champions aren't born overnight. You don't get a champion tomorrow. It takes time and effort. From a grassroots level, it takes them coming up slowly and every day, training every day, and becoming a champion. For instance, even for us, the support we received from the government this time, the support we received from the Honorable CM and the Sports Fund, it made a big difference. The boys could train every day without the worry of where can I make the finances to travel to Amsterdam and represent their country so well. And not just the government, also the people, the community, not to forget them. Everyone always stands up. Every day there's someone coming in and standing up for us. And we are so grateful and we're so humbled that people are willing to just stand up. And the reason we are able to stand up and represent Nagaland is because all you people stand up and represent us back home here.
So, this question is apni dujun karne bhi aise, and this is kind of a social message to all the viewers. So, LONGSTUKUMBA, like, apni life te, apni kitna bhi bullying এক্সপিৰিয়েঞ্চ কৰিছে আৰু আপুনি বুলিং লা ওপৰত দি আপুনি কি ভিউজ আছে
পুলিং তো নহয় খাইছা নে পাবি হাই স্কুল টাইম দে নি পোষ্ট পিছে এক্টিং মাৰিছে লাইক মেচৰ নহম দে লাইক হাই স্কুল টাইম দে ক্লাছ 7 তক তো অলপ তো পোষ্ট কৰি আহিছে লবি দিবি পিছতে মেচৰ হোৱা হিচাপতে দিমাগ খাম্বি ডাঙৰ হৈ না মন খাম্বি অলপ চেঞ্জ হৈছে না তো পিছতে ক্লাছ 8 9 না পিছতে ঠাণ্ডা মানিকটা হৈছে অলপ না ফাইটছ খাম্বি হাই স্কুল টাইম দে ফাইটছ খাম পিছে লাগিছে পোষ্ট পিছে এক্টিং কৰি আহিছে লবি তো পিছতে তো ভাল নাই পুলিং কৰা একদম কৰনা নি ৰখি যায়
how would you maybe what's your take on bullying and is there something you'd like to say to the viewers about not to indulge in bullying
my school bisi change greeness I've changed multiple schools so I have been part of bullying and I have also unfortunately bullied people a lot of people can take me wrong but somehow when it comes to boys bullying is part of growing up there are very few boys that you will meet who have not been bullied or partaken in bullying someone on that note I think it's very important that you have a clear conscience that lines are not crossed I have bullied and I know for very clearly in my head that there was one occasion where I crossed the line where I bullied someone and I felt horrible after that and the moment that happened I took time out I went to that to my friend my roommate I went up to him and I apologized and I felt horrible that I did that and I feel it's important not to bully but it's also important to stand up for someone if you feel someone if you're someone who has a strong character you don't have to be strong you don't have to be big and muscular if you have strong character and you see someone is being bullied and you believe that lines are being crossed you're making that person feel small you should never make someone feel small then you need to step in and stop that you need to stand up for people that might not be able to stand up for themselves that's my message against bullying
longstukuma viewers kan sai thakibo aro apni la nijo bosti wan longsa noile apni la fans kan ge apni la uku message asin nai dile
message kushule mula favorite line ekta ase kiman bi muge support kore ase idu first any thanks dibo mja ase aro ite idu khotom noy aro ai bole ase aro kuri thaki bole ase to hotai itia kina support kore ase na kuri thakibi idu ase message